Evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of our NASCAR for Beginners podcast. Here we're in part 3 of this one. Tonight we're going to discuss tracks, some of the different sizes and things like that. Some little fun facts about some of the size of them. How they break down the points for a race. How do you qualify for the playoffs? How do the playoffs work? And then something NASCAR started new last year was a mid-season tournament. We're going to break into how that works. There's going to be some changes to it this year, but I'll kind of give you the gist of how it works. Just something kind of fun. And they do a bracket challenge for it too. And I know everybody loves brackets. So without further ado, I got my buddy Adam Trimmer joining me here. He's got you can notice he's rocking the U.S. kit there. Had the World Cup draw today. Y'all definitely keep tuned into my page if you're a soccer head. We're going to do some World Cup talks coming up. Just a little side note for everybody too. I'm also going to have Adam on with me a few times, just kind of talking random sports, maybe a little baseball, little hockey, just random stuff. If you go look, there's another segment of one of my shows called A Little Bit of Everything, and that's kind of what we're going to title the series Adam and I throw together, because to be honest, you get us two together and we don't know where this is going to go.
Yeah. There's no way we're going to stay on topic on one thing. So I'm already ready to talk about the World Cup. Your NASCAR podcast.
Right.
So
that's what I said. I told myself on the way home, I said I should have made this a dual pod and gone like the NASCAR Cup or World NASCAR or something,
The World NASCAR Cup.
The problem is we'll get busy talking about one of them and never go back to the other one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not hold my tongue about the World Cup for right now, because we got some stuff to talk about. But let's get into it.
Little background with Adam on NASCAR is Adam and I met up here. And I was big into NASCAR, and he's kind of asked a few questions here and there, and we've done some stuff, but he's not as involved as I am. Of course, he's still interested, but skeptical, I guess, would be a word of how much fun can it really be to see cars go in circles. But I've shown him some stuff, and he's intrigued. So we're going to bring him on, and he's got some questions that we'll answer in the throughout the show too. And then if y'all got questions, anybody watching, be sure you can drop them in the comments and we'll get to them and get every question we've got answered. You can see all the different channels we do. We're scrolling at the bottom. Y'all go like, subscribe, watch, listen to all those different things. There's a bunch of different stuff out there we do. You've got me doing this and a little bit of everything. You got FanDuel Zaya, who does a lot of Ohio State stuff and does some betting stuff once in a while. You've got Robert at WTP for life. Robert, big UT guy. I don't really get along with him right now, but good guy nonetheless, and got some good content on his. You got Level Up Sports 10 Mossberg, who I'm going to be working with on some stuff. He's got to try to find some people that we can sit down and I know we can do some like one-on-one interviews with based on NASCAR, hockey. May even tell him to see about finding somebody for World Cup stuff and have you jump in with the World Cup and do an interview with somebody. We got Parlay Poe. He does the Blitzburg podcast. Michigan. He's a big Michigan fan, and that's not real popular down here, but it's probably a little more possible now. A little more able to deal with it this year versus the past 4. But you got City League TV. They do a lot of City League, school stuff here in Columbus. And you've got a post game. He's got the Post Game 86 podcast. Real big into basketball. Big Notre Dame guy. Really, really good people on here. Good content.
Except for the Michigan Pittsburgh guy. That guy.
Well,
I can't be good.
There's a couple of Buckeyes. There's actually 2 Longhorns. There's a Florida State guy. There's a Michigan guy, Notre Dame guy, and me. There's actually 2 Michigan guys, and then me is the only Aggie. So I get bombarded from every side, but it's fine.
Sure.
I'm used to it. If you grow up an Aggie, you're used to it.
So what happened during that game? I told you I had to work.
They
They just didn't come back like they
they just
always
out
do.
physicaled us in the second half. Which is not anything that's been done before. Um,
Mhm.
we did a bunch of content on that whole week. That's up
Yeah,
on, you can find through my channel or any of the
but
other channels.
what's your like overall like?
I'm
You
not
think
worried
you're all
about it.
right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good. We're in the playoffs, so I'm good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I wonder what your seating would be. I guess
Right now we're 7.
there's a lot to be decided still.
Right now
So
we're 7,
yeah,
but I think we'll either stay at around that 6 to 7 range,
that makes sense.
which is
Yeah,
fine.
because
Which is fine with me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, we host a home
I'm
playoff
interested.
game.
That's, I mean, last year it might be a blessing. You might
That's
do what we did last year. You know what I mean? Like,
what I told everybody. I mean, it worked for Ohio State. So
and I will tell you, I went to that Tennessee Ohio State game, and I've been going to the horseshoe my entire life, and I've never seen it like that. It was, no one sat down. It was so live. So like, so if they get that opportunity, like it's a whole different animal. So that would be pretty awesome. Or that, it's going to be pretty awesome if you get the home game. Uh, and feeding off that crowd's going to be,
yeah,
and you have a lot of momentum going into the playoffs. So that's dope. I'm in that position where I'm like, I don't even know. There's so many possible outcomes that like,
right.
if someone was asking me what I thought about what's going to happen in the play, I was like, dude, I have no idea who's even getting in at this point,
Yeah,
So I'm glad I don't have to make that decision for sure, but um, it's going to be, I'm interested to hear you guys next week when it's all like laid out,
yeah. Once I think we're going to do a Sunday show. I'm if they don't want to do a Sunday show afterwards, I'm probably going to do a Sunday show after the selection to kind
Yeah.
of go through it. But I'm sure we'll get one going through our guys. Um,
If I'm, yeah, I mean, no, I got
yeah,
some shit to do that night, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know what time it's going to be, but I'll shoot you a text and let you know.
for sure, for sure.
Um, before I jump into this, I don't. Doug, my buddy down in Texas, just popped on and he said, "Is Adam a Ford or Chevy?" Oh, you. I was like, "Who the hell's Adam?" It's you. Wow, I'm not even drinking. So,
Hey,
um,
I just started.
yeah, I got pink lemonade. Um,
I got a seltzer that's gross. No
yeah,
shouts out to Happy Dad.
we call it TV static. Um,
Yeah, that's exactly that's exactly what it
so
was. Whitney got seltzer, and I was like,
I
oh,
don't
I'll
know. I
try
don't know
it.
I don't know if Adam is really a Ford or a Chevy guy. Are you?
My dad's a Chevy guy, so
Okay.
I guess I am by default.
Yeah.
He's a big Chevy guy. He's got like an old Camaro, and he's a big.
Well,
So I by default Chevy guy. I have a Ford truck that doesn't wear on, but
yeah.
it was Ford Ranger. I had it
Oh
for a
yeah.
long time, and I got to give big shouts out to Ford Rangers. I don't know. I
Those
don't
things
know.
last forever.
Yeah. Um, but I guess I'm a default Chevy guy for sure.
So
When I used to like my dad liked Earnhardt,
yeah.
and I liked Mark Martin because I thought his car looked. I had a like Matchbox car of his
Oh
car,
yeah. Yeah.
and so
Mark. Yeah.
I
He's a
was like, that
Ford.
was my guy, just because I liked his car.
That's
The white and blue Valvoline. I was like,
yep.
hell yeah, that
That's
was my
how.
dude.
Believe it or not, people that don't have that or get into NASCAR that aren't family related, like their dads aren't big, but like my dad was never into NASCAR. I got into it by flipping channels and seeing a black Ford Mustang or whatever they were driving back then with a big orange Texaco star on the front, and I fell in love with the car, and then I fell in love with the sport.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I had the little Matchbox car, so I
Yep.
was just like, that was my guy. I think I got it in like a Christmas or something. I don't know, like a
Actually, up there you
white
can't really
elephant.
see it, but up there on top of my shelf in the back, you've got that's the exact replica of the pace car or one of the cars from the inaugural race ever at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Okay, I
Yeah,
can't see it at
I bought
all.
that. Yeah, I bought the whole one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, bought it at an antique store for like $20.
Nice.
Oh, they have
So that's how
tons of those.
that's how you got into it.
Just flipping channels one day, flipping like Sunday afternoon, flipping channels back home, and came again. I was like, "What is this?" And then was just locked in for the rest of the. That's it.
That's how I got into wrestling. Similar
Yeah.
story.
So no, we'll jump in now that we got the Ford question out of the way. So
I guess neither. I'm Chevy deep by default, but I don't know. The cars look like I think they were the same. They just put a different sticker on them, right?
right.
Like
Most people in this sport are either Ford, Chevy, or Toyota based on what your driver does. But like
yeah,
me, my driver's a Ford driver, but I have a Tundra. So,
yeah,
I'm not worried about that. I like who I like no matter what I drive.
yeah. I like Toyota trucks,
So,
yeah, for sure.
but yeah, so the first thing I wanted to get into was just some of the different styles of tracks people that are out there. Because most people, when they think NASCAR, they just think these circles that are just, that's all they are. And for the most part, that's the majority of it. You
Well,
have
they were racing like through the city in Las Vegas,
right.
weren't they?
Well, they were racing
Yeah.
through the city in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. That's it. That's
But
cool.
yeah, that was cool. That they did that for 3 years. That stopped this year. They're going to go race on the naval base Coronado out in San Diego.
That makes sense because it's probably easier to shut that down than
Well, you would
like
think than
shut
the
down the
city
whole island. Yeah.
right. So they're going to race out there. Of course, you have your big tracks that a lot of people have heard of: Daytona, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the big name brand tracks, Talladega. Those are like considered like super speedway type tracks, and
Yeah.
then even Atlanta is nowadays. But then you've got those are pretty much 2 mile tracks. There is one track that's a triangle.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania. It's called Pocono Raceway. It's like 3.2 miles, but it's a triangle. They call it the Tricky Triangle, is its nickname.
Tricky Triangle.
Yeah. Then you've got a lot of 1.5 mile tracks, which used to be called cookie cutters because they were all the exact same, but now they've changed some of the banking and stuff, so it's a little different on them. Like Charlotte Motor Speedway is 1.5 miles. Texas is 1.5 miles. Kansas is 1.5 miles. There's just a bunch of 1.5 mile tracks. So that's the majority of the tracks. Those are just considered regular tile tracks. Then you go into what you consider like short tracks, which is small tracks like Bristol Motor Speedway, still probably one of my favorite. It's a
that's
half
one
mile
you went
track.
to, right?
Right. That's a half mile track. Then you've got stuff like Iowa Speedway over in Iowa, which is like 8.75 fifths of a mile. You've got stuff that's you've got stuff that's 5.26 miles. You got things that are 3/4 of a mile. You got some that are 2 miles, 3 miles. You got all different sizes, and they're all banked differently. So not every track is the same. Some tracks are flat. And by saying flat, that's like the banking in the corners, like 2 degrees.
Really?
And they're different shapes. They're not all oval. Indianapolis is more of a rectangle. The Pocono is a triangle.
That's the Brickyard.
Yeah, the Brickyard over at Indy's. That's like a rectangle. You've got the
that's
triangle.
a big one, right?
Right. You've got the one over in Martinsville, Virginia, that's shaped like a paperclip. It's got really long straightaways and really short corners. Looks just like a paperclip, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then
so they go faster on that one.
And then I think it's Darlington is the egg shape. Where one end of the track is narrower corner, and the other side is a wider turn. And it's done that way, believe it or not, story about that. The reason it's not just a symmetrical oval is because the guy whose land it's on had a minnow pond in the corner, and he said, "You can put a track here, but don't touch my minnow pond." So they had to cut the other end of the track down to make it fit.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
So does the speeds vary, I guess, per track?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Your bigger tracks, the bigger tracks, the Daytonas, Talladegas, especially those style, is more what they call pack racing now, where if you can take from first to 36th place will probably be something like 1 second is the gap between all of them.
Wow.
I mean, you're literally like 1,000th of a second off, and that's the ones where you'll see them bumping each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, those, but when they're in a line, they do put restrictor plates, or they, cut the horsepower down on those tracks just for safety issues. If those cars had no restrictions to the horsepower, those cars would easily push 220, 230.
What is restrictor plate?
It's a piece that would go over what used to, it used to be a restrictor plate. It's not anymore, but it's a plate that in the older days would go over the carburetor to cut the air intake to the engine.
Oh, wow.
To cut the power down. So,
yeah.
But they don't really use those anymore. Now it's just all horsepower and stuff.
Are they just capped at like they can only go this fast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they, and then on your other tracks, like your Charlottes and stuff, you'll get around 175, 180. Daytona, when they're running green wide open, they're running about 195, 200, right around that range. Michigan hits about 200. Talladega, all those. Your 1.5 mile tracks are all right going to be around that 175 to 180-ish range. And then, of course, your short tracks on the straightaways at Bristol, the 1/2 mile track, they'll be doing 120 down the straightaway and then slow down to 60 degrees in the corner, 60 miles per hour in the corner.
Do you get in trouble for going too fast then?
Nope. And as long as your car's legal, no. If you're cheating and making your car illegal, then yeah, you're going to get in trouble.
So that's just the limit of what the car can do, basically.
I mean, the cars are all pretty much even nowadays. There's not a lot of work that can be done to make them go that much faster. One thing I'm really excited about for the upcoming year, though, is on certain tracks, they're going to increase the horsepower 100 to 100 miles per hour for the cars, which is going to obviously make the cars faster, and it's going to make the
They're going to go 300 miles an hour.
No, just the engine. The engines right now, say the engines right now are like a 550 horsepower engine. They're going to allow some tracks to be like 650.
Huh.
So that'll pretty much add, call it maybe, 10 miles per hour.
Okay.
So just that's not an exact science. I'm not trying to be an engineer. That's just a good general knowledge for people that, if the horsepower in the engine's going up, then the speed's going to go up.
How does that vary from like Indy cars? Do they have like those you win by money by having the best car, right?
Like F1 is just how much money do you want to spend? There is no real limits to what you can do to your car as far as horsepower. You can do whatever you can do. Formula One is pay to win in my mind.
So you can make your car fast.
IndyCar has a little bit more regulations, but the IndyCar is dominated by a lot of times it's like the Honda, the power plants, the engines Honda puts in there. Plus, it's not a gas engine in the IndyCar or the F1 series. It's more of a hybrid or like a dual engine, not like the engines in the NASCAR series are the engines that are in cars and trucks now, V8s.
Yeah.
The ones in the IndyCar and the F1
really?
Yeah, they're not the same engine. It's a whole different engine package.
Yeah.
So that's your speed there and in the different tracks. Couple of little fun things I thought of while I was doing this. Just to give you an idea on how big the Daytona, not the track itself, but just the grass area inside the track.
Yeah.
You can take all 15 venues of sporting events in Florida and put it on that infield. Yeah, like the Tropicana Stadium where the Rays play, Ben Griffin, the Dolphins State, all the stadiums, 15 of them can fit inside of the track area.
Damn.
Talladega, you can take, and this was done before the SEC expanded, but if you take every 14 SEC schools, leave Texas and Oklahoma off because they weren't in this list. But if you take all 14 SEC football stadiums, they all fit inside the infield of Talladega Speedway.
Damn. How? That's 2 miles.
There's an airstrip. There's an airstrip like they can land like a 747 in the back of Talladega in the infield.
When you say 2 miles, is the whole circle, or is it like 2 miles on each side? Like,
nope, 2 miles just from the start finish line. 2 miles, and so Talladega is 2.67 miles.
I wonder how long those straightaways are then.
Long. The longest straightaways in NASCAR are at Pocono. It's like 1,800 feet, 3,800 feet, stuff like that. Yeah, they're insane.
So if everyone has the same car, like, well, what separates
driver?
Like one. Yeah, but I feel like there's still some sort.
There's little things you can change on the car, like you can change the way the rear wheels are sitting. You can change the brake bias and the front to the back. You can there's little subtle things you can change on the car, but you can't just say, hey Adam, let's go race, here's you a 550 horsepower car, and then I come out with a 750 horsepower car. It's just not going to end well. So they want it to be more. They want to bring back more of the driver skill, and it's also the tires wear out while you're driving, so you have to be able to manage your tires. That helps speed. Believe it or not, I've seen. I've talked about Kevin Harvick before, my driver, and I can promise you can go watch. There's a few of his races. And you watch the race and you'll hear him talking to his crew chief who makes they talk about decisions to make changes on the car. And he literally goes, I don't know what you've done, but this car is garbage. And he comes into the pit. He comes into the pit stop to get a change of tires and fuel. And Rodney, his crew chief, said, all right, we're going to take a 1/4 pound of air out of the right front. And Kevin comes back on the radio and goes on to win the race because he just starts flying past everybody because his car handles better now. A 1/4 of a pound on a 3,600 pound car makes that much difference.
It gives you more grip, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it just makes the car handle better going into the corners. Like last year in the playoffs, my driver was starting from the 3rd position in the first round of the playoffs and goes into the first corner and wrecks because there's bumps in the track.
Yeah.
They said they had one setting 64 1,000th off. And he hit a bump and it sent the car into the wall. That's how insane these changes on these cars can be.
Well, I mean, I guess this is a different question, but how do they eat through? How many pairs of tires do they go through?
Good question. If you go back, this is for anybody else that wants to know this. I'll answer your question, but if you go back to part 2, you'll find that out. Maybe one of my previous episodes, I discussed that it's roughly around $25,000 a race for tires.
Wow.
$1,200 normally for 4 tires. And
why do they get eaten up if they don't have any tread on them? Right? They're all flat,
right, but the track is made of asphalt, and
they just get hot.
Well, some are, you got asphalt, you got rock, you got gravel in some of these tracks. Some are concrete, and there's little pits in them, and it just starts when those tires get hot. That rubber just starts getting peeled off of them because the track may have a lot of little pebbles and little nicks in it, and the tire's hot, and that rubber just that concrete or rock just kind of grabs part of the tire and starts just flaking it slowly. You'll see some tracks where you'll come in after a run and put on a new set of tires, and all of a sudden you're running faster. You're 3 seconds faster than the cars that haven't changed tires yet.
Yeah, I remember that always being a thing. Like they couldn't like decide. Like they'd always have to make a decision. Like should we
Right.
get
And
tires or
sometimes,
should we ride them out?
yeah, do you ride them out? Do you come in? Do you take 2 tires? Do you take 4 tires? I
Because
was
that's
listening to a race the other day. While I was driving, they were playing one of the classic races on the Sirius XM channel, and they came into the pit. So this is from 1999. They came in to do a pit, and they said, "That's an amazing pit stop. It was 17 and a half seconds." Pit stops now are about 9 seconds.
damn.
And that's changing 4 tires and filling up a car full of gas in 9 seconds.
Did they switch it so it's only one bolt, or is it still full?
Yeah.
Like
No, we went. NASCAR has now changed over to the single lug system on each tire now. But the difference
used to
is,
say that.
yeah. Well, now in the lower levels, they still do those.
Yeah.
But if you go watch an F1 or IndyCar, when they change tires, they pull in, they got the jacks, and they lift the whole car, and there's a guy on each tire.
Oh, wow.
Not in NASCAR. In NASCAR, the guy comes out with a jack, lifts up one side, they change the tires, goes around, lifts up the other side, they change the tires.
So they can only have one guy.
You've got 1 jack and 2 tire changers, and then a fuel guy, and then they move to the other side of the car. They don't have 4 guy on every tire. So that's why you can see F1 pit stops last 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because they're just, but NASCAR, you have to jack it up, but you need to because you have to fill the car. Because the F1 and stuff, they have these big, huge, like gas hoses that just fit into the car, and they just, NASCAR's got a gas can and a guy holding it.
Yeah, but it's still like faster than a gas pump. Like they fill up a whole tank. Yeah, like
they're putting 22 gallons into a car in 10 seconds.
And how long does their gas last?
Oh, not very long.
That's what I'm saying. Like
they get. I'd have to go back and look it up again what it was, but that gas is also I think it's $19 a gallon. And they're using 22 gallons. I think I broke it down to where it was something around $5,000 for gas for a race.
Oh man.
Yeah, go watch some of the other episodes I've done of this.
I will. Yeah.
You'll see all the breakdown of how much sponsorship costs, things like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
$19 a gallon.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put 1 gallon in my car. See what happens.
And you talk about the tires. Here's a funny story for you. Back in the day, at one of the race, and I don't want to get the racetrack wrong, but it's one of the oldest racetracks. They were racing on it, and one of the guys they kept blowing tires. Like literally, race teams were going into the parking lot and taking tires off like my car and putting it on their race car. They were literally buying people's tires so they could literally.
Oh man!
One guy wound up beating the whole field by like 17, 20 laps. He lapped everybody. There was nobody on the lead lap because he knew the track was bad. So he went and bought some big diesel tires with like 6-ply tread on them and never had to change tires the whole race.
Oh, that's awesome. When was this?
This was years ago in the 60s, 70s. I mean, it was so fun, but it was crazy. It's one of the craziest stories, though.
That's wild. I would have sold my tire. I'd be like, these are $25,000 tires.
Not back then, but they were. Some people were saying they were just taking them. Didn't even ask you. They just go take them. I'm like, what?
That's fun. That's
come back to your car. You got no damn tires.
Yeah, like I thought we were at the racetrack. What happened?
Right. I didn't know we were in downtown. Whatever city you want to choose. I'm not going to make fun of any cities. I'll make fun of Houston because I'm from there.
You You could say St. Louis for the vacation
Right.
aspect of it. Yeah,
Right.
like when he pulls over for directions.
So those are some of the different, tracks and styles. There are road courses too, which we turn left and right. You mentioned
Was
the street
Watkins
courses.
Glen one of those?
Yes.
Okay, I had a friend that used to, like him and his dad would, in high school, would go up to Watkins Glen every year.
Yeah. Watkins Glen, Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas.
Ooh,
Um, Sonoma out in California. And then
Sonoma.
sometimes they'll turn like Daytona can turn into a road course, Indianapolis can, Charlotte can. They do race at Charlotte. They call it the Roval. It's a combination of you're partly on the oval track and partly on the road.
Oh,
I hate it. I'm not a big fan of road course racing. It's not
I
my
think they
favorite.
look cool. I think that looks cool.
It's neat to watch them go left and right but I'm just not a big fan of road course racing, especially going to it in person because the cars only come by every 4 or 5 minutes.
I think
I like more
they
than
had one.
actually.
I think they had one in Columbus at one point, a road course.
They possibly did.
I thought I saw like some picture back in the day.
And if you're ever curious what tracks are near you, just go to NASCAR tracks, look up, or go to NASCAR.com, and look up tracks. You can even go to NASCAR.com and then /regional, and it'll show you the regional tracks that NASCAR operates, like little smaller tracks, like maybe say Eldora over here that we've talked about before, you and I.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. There's a racetrack up in Hartford, Mid Ohio, is outside of Columbus. That's probably the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
It's a road course, but further up over near the Pennsylvania border, Ryan Blaney bought a racetrack up there. So, but you can go to NASCAR.com /regional and it'll find you tracks that are local to you that are NASCAR sanctioned. But even if it's not a NASCAR race, auto racing in these lower levels is so fun. These little guys out there. You got guys like Bubba out there. I mean, got a dip in his lip, and some of them get out with a cold. Some of them probably have a cold beer in their lap. But these guys are just normal you and me guys who love to race. And that's what's fun about the small tracks. And they need the support too, because that's where a lot of these kids comes from.
That's awesome.
So
they were driving regular cars too.
Well, they drive. They're called. There's a bunch of different models of cars. There's late model cars. There's sprint cars. There's so much to get into on that level of it that it would take us about a 7-hour podcast. And
yeah.
So
when did the cars stop being regular cars? Like
they're still regular. The cars they drive in the NASCAR Cup Series, you have to be able to buy off a lot.
What, you can't buy a NASCAR?
No, you can't buy a NASCAR, but it has to be it's a stock car, a car that is made by the manufacturer. Ford uses the Mustang, Toyota uses the Camry, and Chevy uses the Chevy because they don't make Camaros anymore, but that's what they were racing. But they can't label it as a Camaro because they don't produce the Camaros anymore.
But they all have the same body. They just have stickers that look like
body styles are different per manufacturer too, though.
Are they?
Yeah, the body styles are a little different per manufacturer. Ford may have a bigger opening in the front. Chevy may have a smaller one. They're different body styles. Oh yes, it's pretty much the shell of the same car you can buy. It's just massively reinforced inside with a much bigger engine and stuff.
But I mean, obviously they don't have headlights and they're just stickers.
No.
Right?
The headlights, it looks like they do, but no, they're just stickers.
Yeah.
They do have blinking lights in the back for when it's raining and a windshield wiper.
Do they?
Yep. They have
what about the front? Do they have a windshield wiper in the front?
Yeah, the front has a windshield wiper.
Oh, windshield wiper, not a back. I thought you were saying it was in the back.
They have a blinking light in the back for if it's raining to let people know. So in case you're having trouble seeing, you can see that. And then they've got the windshield wiper in the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what do we got here? Robert, nice to see you in here tonight. What'd he say? What type of track is the most difficult to navigate? Good question. It really depends. Your short tracks are always going to be a lot harder to meet, to like get around people because everybody's compact. But
do you like running into the back, like
oh yeah, they
dragging
do.
people?
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
hit
like
them.
the front guys are going, you know what I
Yeah,
mean, into the back.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They'll pass them. The big super speedways can be tricky because it's so finesse driven, because you're literally 6 inches off cars in front of you and behind you and beside you. And if you want to move out and you mistime it, you're going to take out 20 to 30 cars. Road courses, I mean, I guess a road course would be maybe one of the hardest, because you are having to keep an eye on the traffic around you, turn left, turn right, brake, accelerate, shift, all these different things you have to do. I mean, these aren't automatic cars. They're all standard. You have to shift.
Yeah. Is it?
Now
But it's
they've
not.
got,
Is it down here or is it up here, like a wheel
no,
shift?
it's a stick shift.
That's
It's on the
awesome.
floor, but it's not the, as we used to call it, the old H pattern anymore. It's now a
Yeah,
sequential
yeah.
where they can just slap backwards to go up or bump
Oh,
forward to go down.
backwards, forward. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now, the Xfinity, the lower series, they still do the H pattern.
Yeah.
You know,
Shout out H pattern.
right. Shout out to the H pattern. I see post game in the comments. What's up, post game? I see Mossberg in there. What's up, Moss? NASCAR seems to be a real race of centimeters. Last year, not last year, year before, you had the closest finish in NASCAR history. It was 0.001 thousandth of a second. And then in Atlanta, you had the top 3 finishers covered by 0.0008. That was 1 through 3. Yeah. So it's insane how close these guys can be. Adam, Moss,
I
one of
don't.
the guys.
I don't know how you could drive that close to somebody and not.
Well,
That's
I try to
wild to
tell
me.
everybody, get on the highway and get about 60 miles an hour and get up behind somebody real close. Now, obviously, they're going to hit their brakes probably. So make sure
Yeah.
you're doing this with somebody you trust to not hit their brakes. But
Yeah.
get up right behind them and get as close as you can at 60 miles an hour. As close as you're comfortable. And then I want you to triple that speed to 180 miles an hour.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to trust every single person around. I guess at
Right.
that point you've done it so many, like,
Right.
but like the exact amount you put on the gas every, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yep. You can't, it's
but
not
at
just
that
put
point,
it to the floor and go anymore. It's, you got to manage the throttle, because that manages your fuel mileage. There's so many. Moss, yeah, Adam, go watch parts 1 and 2. There's some great information by me on there. Appreciate that, Moss. I try to act like I know what I'm talking about on these things.
right on.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I probably don't, but it's whatever.
Hey, I certainly don't.
I know you have a question, and I'm going to hold that question for the end, because I know it's a question you really want to ask, but that way there people will stay tuned in till the end. But y'all want to hear what Adam's question is.
True.
And any more questions y'all have, please drop them in. But another quick topic we'll hit: how are points awarded for a race? So every race, there's the total points one person can get is 60. What it is if you win the race, you get 40 points. Second place gets 35, and then every place below that gets 1 point less all the way down to the end. So you get 40 for winning the race. Then you get, there's stages in every race now in NASCAR. They do stage 1, stage 2, and then stage 3 is the final stage. And at every stage, they split it. And so, like, if I come in first in stage 1, I get 10 extra points. If I come in first in stage 2, I get 10 extra points. So there's your 60. But you also get, for winning a stage, you get a playoff point, which we'll get to how those in a minute. So you get a
Wait,
playoff point.
what's a stage?
A stage is just like something NASCAR and put in to stop people from getting out like 30, 40-second leads and just it's just driving.
Oh.
So let's say we're just going to use easy numbers here because I know you. We're going to say 100 lap race. So at lap 30, they're going to have a pit stop and it'll bunch the field back up. Yep, it's caution. You don't have to, but everybody else is going to come get tired.
You might as well. Yeah.
So, does
that kind of take away from the game of when to choose to get tires?
No, because it depends on how they fall. And most of the time, you're going to have a pit stop that you have to make at the last stage. So you can't there's no break in the last stage, but it's long enough that you have to pit. So then that's where you choose when to pit.
Oh, okay.
So stage 2, say, is another 30, right? So stage 2 is 30. And then they're going to throw a caution flag and people will pit, refuel, make adjustments, go back out. But what it did was it bunches the field back up again. And then let's say that I'm leading the race, but let's say you're 1 lap down and you're the only car 1 lap down at the end of stage 1, you get your lap back. You get what they call the lucky dog. Wow. So now you're back on the lead lap. So now let's say it's stage 2 and you're a lap down. And so is, I'll just throw out a buddy of ours, Bobbert. Okay. So you two are a lap down, but now you two are racing to who's going to be the first one a lap down to get the free pass.
First of all, it's going to be me.
Well, yeah, of course. But you've got to race each other to get that position, or else you stay a lap down again. But so they put that in. So you call it
Do they like that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. I mean, I like it in some tracks more than others, but I enjoy it because, again, I don't want to see a drive. Like, you can go back and watch.
Just people running away with it.
Well, you can go back and watch some Kevin Harvick races when he was at Phoenix, 2018-ish, 2020 even, I think. He's winning the race by 12, 13 seconds. There's like 6 cars on the lead lap. It's just not. It was fun for me because he's my driver. Yeah. But this just, and that was even with stages, mind you, he was doing that. So it's something that just makes it a little bit more, I don't know, exciting.
Yeah, I mean,
it just
it's
changes
keeping everybody in the race, I guess.
That's the other thing it does, is it makes the race more exciting to the end.
But you could kind of just dick around and not race until the end, I guess, right?
Well, you can, but you've got to also remember most wrecks happen in the middle to the back of the pack. And if you're back there just kind of screwing around, you could get swept up and wrecked and not even be your fault. And now you're out.
That's because everybody back there is just hanging out, not trying
to. Plus you want to win the stages because it's playoff points that you carry over.
Yeah.
So if you do a clean sweep of the weekend, the race in both stages, you're going to wind up leaving there with 7 playoff points. And that doesn't seem like much. But let's say you do that 10 times in a race season, 26 races. That's 70 extra bonus points you have to create a cushion when the playoffs start. So it's huge.
But is that how's that? Is that just for seeding in the playoffs, or is that
no? Well, yeah, I'll get to
how
that.
the playoffs work.
I'm gonna get there. That's coming up. But so let's just say, and at the end of the 26 race regular season, whoever has the most points, not playoff points, just regular points, gets 15 extra playoff points for winning the regular season champion. So that's how points are awarded. Used to be you get a point for leading half of the race, leading the most laps, things like that. Now they don't do that anymore. It's just the stage breaks in the end of the race. So the next one up is how do drivers qualify for the playoffs? 2 ways. win a race out of the first 26 or have
just
enough
once?
points. Yeah, well, normally. So we're just going to go with the basis that, let's say there's 12 people that win races in the first 26 races. Those 12 are in the playoffs. Then the next 4 highest in regular season points are in. Now, let's say there's 17 people that win a race in those first 26. There's only 16 that get into the playoffs. So that 17th driver who won a race, whoever is the lowest in points with 1 win is kicked out. Yep, that's how the playoffs work. So if you win 2 races, you're pretty well good. It's never, in the years they've been doing this, all the years, 10, 15 years, 20 years they've been doing this format, it's never happened that there's been more than 16 winners in a regular season. So
Really?
It was 15 last year. So it's gotten close, but it hasn't happened. But you're if you can win 2 races, you're pretty well secured and locked into the playoffs.
In the playoffs, those are all points too. Or that's what.
This is where it gets confusing, and that's what I'm fixing to break down next. Which I know everybody gets confused on, how do the playoffs work?
Okay. Right.
It's not as complicated as it sounds. Pretty much what happens. Sorry. You're good. Pretty much what happens is the 16 playoff is set. So the playoffs work in kind of stages. You have 3 races, and then there's 3 races, 3 races, 3 races, and then 3 races.
Okay.
But it's like there's 16 drivers. So they race 3 times, and the 4 lowest in points are eliminated. Then they race 3 more times, and the 4 lowest are eliminated.
But it's not just them in the races,
No, it's right? Everybody. It's everybody that's in the series. It's not just the playoff drivers. It's everybody that has a car. No.
But what's the point of those dudes being there?
Because that makes it, you have to watch out for them too. What if you're racing near one of them and they blow a tire and wreck you? Now you're screwed.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the incentive for those dudes? Like,
they still get money.
I don't know.
And then and then they're still jostling for points in the regular. Because at the end of the season, NASCAR pays you out based on points. So if you're 28th in points and you race through the playoffs, even though, then let's say you move yourself up to 24, that could be $400,000 extra. Yeah.
But are those dudes, they're probably not going that hard, are they? Like,
no, they are.
Playoff dudes.
Yeah, the playoff guys are too, but the playoff guys have to be a lot smarter too and not do something stupid to wreck themselves. So anyway, you go 3 races, eliminate 4, 3 races, eliminate 4, 3 races, eliminate 4, and then you do the last race at Phoenix. Well, it was at Phoenix last year. It's going to Miami this year. And that's where you have the final, the championship 4. Can't call it the Final 4. The NCAA told NASCAR to stop calling it the Final 4. So the championship 4 go to Phoenix along with all the other cars, and they race. And you don't have to win the race. You just have to finish higher than the other 3 people in the 4. And you're the champion.
So, okay.
So all you got to do is outrun the other 3.
And that's how it works for every round of that, or just the
no,
final?
Every round. So, okay, when we start round 1, all 16 drivers have 2,000 points. Okay. But I've earned 40 playoff points. So I start with 2,040. Let's say that you snuck in, you're the 16th seed. You don't have any playoff points you didn't earn throughout the season. So I have 2,040 and you have 2,000. Well, for you to catch me, 40 points doesn't seem like a lot. But if I come in 3rd in a race and you come in 1st, you only gained 7 points on me. You see? So it's hard, but you don't have to catch 1st place. You just have to catch 12th place. because after the first 3 races, 4 are eliminated. Now we're down to 12. Now, when we go to the round of 12, everybody's points are reset to 3,000 in the top 12, and you get your playoff points back again. You get to use them again. So now you got more people. Then when you go to the next 3 races and you eliminate, and now you're down to 8 drivers, everybody those 8 start with 4,000 points.
This is chaos.
Who
decided this?
Oh God! When you watch it, it's a lot easier.
Why did they make it math? Like, just which one won? It's like who?
But
they should just race. They should race 16 dudes, and whoever like the 12.
No, but people like playoffs. NASCAR, but they never had them. It used to be who earned the most points wins the championship. There was times there's 5 races left in the regular season. And you already know who the champion is, and so nobody would watch the final races. So now,
I see what you're saying.
Right. So,
but they'd watch if it was just 16 dudes and only 12 of them get to, and then the next one's only 2 dudes, or like
but in NASCAR it's so much different because you're not just out there. You can't just do one race with 16, one race to 12, one race to 8, because you're at the mercy of so many other people on the track at the same time. Nobody's going to tune in. If there's 16 drivers in the playoffs and my driver's not one of them, I'm probably not watching.
Well, I don't think why would you watch anyway? If you're
my driver's in the playoffs. If my driver's in it, I'm going to watch.
If he's not even in the playoffs though, like,
but
he's still out there just
because he could still win the race.
I guess, but who cares? Like, because
they do. You don't realize how much money. You don't realize how much money it is to win a race. You're talking You're well over $1 million to win a race.
He gets first place, but everybody's talking about the dude who got 6th place because he beat the other dudes.
Well, that's how it works. But you get that big trophy. You get over $1 million payday.
I do want that trophy.
That's what these guys. A lot of guys think these guys race. You'll hear them say, "I'm trophy hunting. I'm trophy hunting." Some of the trophies are killer. I mean, Martinsville gives you a grandfather clock, like handmade. Loudon, New Hampshire gives you a lobster, like a 15-pound lobster. This thing they hold up like this. Bristol gives you a sword.
I do want that lobster.
Texas gives you boots. Bristol at the spring race gives you a guitar, I think. And guys have like literally smashed it.
Yeah, dude. Gotta smash the guitar.
There's some of the trophies are just these guys want them.
I get it. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That's a wild system.
It's the only sport that involves everybody all the way through the end.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to describe that. Like, that's wild.
But that's what makes it, because even if your driver's eliminated from the playoffs, like mine was eliminated last year, I still watched every race because I wanted to see how my driver was doing. And I was then locked into the racing, the championship at that point. So, because in NASCAR, you have drivers you like and drivers you hate. Like, I can't stand Denny Hamlin. So if my guy's doing good in the race, or if my guy wrecks early and out of the race, then I'm like, man, I hope Denny or Chase Elliott. I can't stand Chase Elliott. And anybody, I know I'm going to catch grief from people that watch this that love him, but I can't stand him. And so I'm always like, oh, was that Chase involved in the wreck?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I watch bowl games. That's the same thing.
Right. You'll watch the Cheez-It Bowl.
The Pop-Tart Bowl is the best one.
Well, I get that, and I love the Pop-Tart Bowl, but you're going to watch it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and so, at least with this, if you don't have a favorite team in the Pop-Tart Bowl, but if you have a favorite driver, it gives you something to root for.
That makes sense, yeah. And I mean, it's kind of the same exact thing. They get a dumb trophy too,
right.
So it's just odd that the dudes that are already out of the tournament are still You know what I mean? Like that's a crazy concept.
Yeah, it's what makes it though, because it makes it so intense with the just like I said, if you eliminate it down to 16, then 12, then 8, it's going to be a terrible race because there's not going to be any other cars around.
Yeah.
Those guys are just going to drive in single file till it gets near the end, and then they're going to race. And it's this way here. You got guys coming up from the back that are like, no, man, I want the trophy. I want the payday. I want no. And some of these guys, when you get to the playoffs, they may not have a ride next year. Their contract may be expiring. So they're racing, trying to show, hey, somebody want to give me a ride next year? They're racing
So
for a job.
What like winning the NASCAR playoffs? What's that mean? Like what do you get?
I mean, besides money.
That's what I'm saying. So like
No, you get like
you're the best guy. That's it.
no, you're
Like
the
that's
NASCAR
yeah,
chief.
yeah.
It almost guarantees you induction into the Hall of Fame. You get tons of notoriety from media outlets, of course. You're getting paid to go on all these different shows.
Yeah.
You know, some of the guys, you know, take it back to their hometowns because some of these guys are from small towns. They take it back and parade it around their hometowns, things like
Oh yeah.
that. You know, it's not like winning the Super Bowl or the World Series where, oh, let's go have a parade. It's just not that
Should
kind
have
of
a
sport.
parade.
It's a team sport that's not a team sport. I mean, it takes everybody on the team doing their job correctly, but at the end of the day, if that driver doesn't do his job, then it's all for, no matter what everybody else did. So
Yeah.
it's a driver-based sport that is a very team-oriented, and that's why you will see, if you go watch the past videos, you'll see me talk about, somebody had asked, do they change pit crews? Do they change? Yes. Yes, 100% they do. If you've got a 4-car team or a 3-car team, like say Roger Penske has 3 cars, let's say that Blaney and Logano were still in the playoffs, but Cindric's been eliminated, but Cindric's pit crew was better than Blaney's, they'll swap the damn pit crews for the next race.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
The
they
best
move around.
ones.
They'll move one person. They'll move the whole team. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So
What? How many cars, NASCARs, do they have like per guy? Does he have
uh,
like so when he gets there? Does he have like 3 NASCARs with him?
not at the track.
Yeah.
No,
You
one.
only get one,
Well,
and if that
okay.
fucks up, you're just done.
Well, no, you have one. Some cars that are like single car teams, like the Haas factory team, they only have one car. Um, they'll bring that car and then they'll have a backup car on the hauler. But like the big major corporations, Penske, Gibbs, Hendrick, they've got, you know, like Hendrick has 4 cars: the Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, William Byron, and Alex Bowman. But they'll probably bring 2 backup cars, and they're just the shells. So if Chase Elliott wrecks his car, they'll just pull the car out of Alex Bowman's trailer. You know, so they have 2. Not everybody carries a backup with them for each race. The only time that I think they've done that was when they went to Mexico City last year, because they were leaving Michigan and going to Mexico City. So they needed, everybody would almost have to have a backup for each person in case everybody wrecked, you know?
Yeah.
But it's pretty much whatever you start the race with, that's what you're in. You can't wreck your car and then go pull the backup out. No,
That's what
because
I'm like.
well, no, the backups don't. They're just a shell. They have no engine in them. They might nowadays, but they don't have all the other stuff. They have to still go install everything. So that's why when you see a guy wreck in practice or qualifying, and they say he goes to a backup car, those guys on the pit crew and stuff normally work till like 2 or 3 in the morning trying to get that car ready.
So like yeah, if something like explodes on their car during
Yeah.
qualifying, then they can.
Or they lose control and hit the wall too hard and wreck it. They got to pull the back. Yep. Yeah. And then they, I mean,
You need 4 So for me to be a NASCAR racer, I need $25,000 worth of tires, 2 NASCARs, $5,000 worth of gas.
Well, okay. Plus the entry.
How much is the entry?
Well, see, that's where it gets tricky. If you want, do you want to race the whole season?
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe to do one race.
No, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look up what the entry fee. Well, first off, you'd have to be able to pass the driving test because you have to go
I'll
pass
it.
Driving on super speedways. But if you wanted to race the whole season, it's going to cost you $35 million.
All right, I don't know about my GoFundMe anymore.
Yeah, that's going to take a while.
Yeah, dude, I don't need a whole season. I just need one.
Yeah, like
once
I said,
they see me behind the wheel, dude.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no. You'll be the one going 20 miles an hour around the corners.
You go so slow.
You'll have the pucker factor at full effect right there, brother.
Yeah, dude. I'd probably get him wrecked for going too slow. Yeah, for sure.
Right. Nah, they'll black flag you, tell you to get off the track.
I'll be like, gladly.
Right.
Now, yeah, $35 million. That's crazy.
That's for a charter, and that gets you into every race for the season. You're even if you go out to qualify and you wreck your car, you got a backup. Doesn't matter. You can't not be in the start of the race. You're going to start the race because you have a charter. You're guaranteed a starting position in every race. Some races like Daytona, there will be guys that come in and they do like one-off races. Some of the older racers and stuff, they'll come in and do a race. Fine. But there's only 40 spots, say, or 43 spots, I think, in the Daytona. So 36 cars are guaranteed to start. So there's only 7 open positions. So if 9 people are trying to get into the Daytona, 2 of them are going home. So you may put all this money in and then not even qualify, and you go home and you've lost everything. You get no money. You get nothing.
They obviously are getting money from advertisements.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
that's why they get all the stickers and shit. Right, is it profitable for these teams?
One of the teams had said that over his time of being in the sport since the 2000s, he's lost $100 million.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's insane.
Well, we're not going to get into all that because that's why there's a lawsuit going on right now. But we're waiting to see how that plays out.
Do they get a piece of the door or anything, like the tickets?
Well, I mean, there's payouts for a bunch of different things. You know, they get paid out by revenue and what's on the broad. There's a whole different thing they use to pay people out. But yeah,
part of obviously Tide is paying a lot of money to whatever, put that giant logo on it or whatever. Oh yeah, you know what I mean. But still, $35 million, like.
Mm-hmm. And that's per year and per car. So like Hendrick pays $140 million a year.
I mean, they have to make some money, right? Like they wouldn't do it if they didn't.
Make some, but that, like I said, once more is known about what's going to go on with this lawsuit, that's going to break out because the teams are wanting it to be a permanent charter to where I buy it once, I don't have to buy it again.
Oh, really?
And NASCAR's like, no, we need to buy them every year. That's how we, so I kind of agree with the permanent charter thing. I mean, if I'm spending $35 million, let me be in there for, hell, make it a 5-year investment. So that means
1 year or just
$35 million. If I get $35 million, that means I have 5 years to try to do enough winnings and sponsorships to cover $35 million versus trying to have to cover $200 million.
Yeah. So and they're like, well, if you don't pay it, someone else will. It's like, nah, there's only like a handful of people that can pay $35 million. You know what I mean? Like, so if they have the demand, they'll be like,
right.
They're gonna have to bend to that, or just start a new league. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to get TV revenue, and like NASCAR's getting greedy. You said there's 40 cars.
36 cars.
Do the math.
Oh, I know. It's insane. It's
That's
10 cars is 350 million. 20 cars is what, 700 million? So 30 cars would be 1.5 billion.
come on, man. A
Yeah.
year in
But
fees.
now NASCAR pays for a lot of stuff too. But I
Yeah,
like I
of
said,
course they can afford it.
until they figure all this out, I'm not going to get into how the charters and stuff work, because I don't want to give information out and then it change all of a sudden. So
Yeah.
there is a lawsuit going on right now from Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin, and Front Row Motorsports are all suing NASCAR antitrust. So we're going to see how this lays out. The court case just started on the 1st.
Mhm.
So we're going to see where it goes. I mean, this could be a 2-year process, but right now everything's as is. We'll see what happens. As more stuff gets settled, I'll be updating more. But for now, I'm not even touching it because it's just way too much. But I do know Jordan walked into court today to testify, and on his way in, some guy was holding up a stereo playing the Bulls intro.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It's on. You can find it on Twitter.
Is it up to NASCAR to prove that it's worth
Well,
that
I mean,
much, I guess?
NASCAR's the defendant, so it's up to the teams to prove that there is antitrust.
That it's not worth 35 million.
There's more involved than that. It's a lot more deeper than that, just the money thing.
Okay.
But it's pretty much the plaintiffs have to, it's just like a court case. The plaintiffs have to prove the defendant's guilty. So
$35 million is guilty. They're guilty.
You'd be surprised. Those teams make a lot of money. So, but
I would hope so. I mean, if you're paying the 35 million, you should be making at least 100 million.
Some of these sponsorships cost $10 million. So you're getting 10 million from like UPS. Yeah, I know 35 million is not, but that's now you only got to try to cover 25 million. That's a big chunk.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's not. And there's a bunch of little stickers. I'm sure those all cost,
Well, that, and like somebody like Roger Penske, he just ups the cost of his rental trucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that used to be $50. Well, now it's $75.
Yeah, we wrecked yesterday, so raise those costs.
Last topic I'll discuss before we can check on questions. How does the mid-season tournament work? They started.
I don't even know how the basketball one works. So
right. I don't either. But this one, this one's going to go through some changes. So it's not going to be exactly like it was last year. It was really cool though. It really brought some more energy to the middle part of the season, kind of that slow time of middle summer.
Yeah.
Pretty much what it is the top 32 in points at race. We're just going to say race X. I don't know what number it is right now. Those 32 are in the playoffs, are in this tournament. Then they do 3 races. Last year, it was, I know Michigan was one. The race in Mexico City was one, and there was another one, and I don't remember the other one. But anyway, there was 3 races, and it was some weird conglomerate of your finishing positions and all this, and that's how they seeded people. Nobody liked it, so that's going to be changed, I'm sure. But it was too hard to figure out what's what.
They keep throwing more math at it.
They were trying to figure out a way to seed people, and I was like, just seed them 1 through 32. Why do we have seeding races? We already have a point system, 1 through 32. One plays 32. It's that easy.
That seems logical, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do with that this year, but after those 3 races, then you have a bracket. You have a 1 seed and a 32 seed. 1 plays 32, 2 plays 31. Just like the NCAA basketball tournament, except it's not 1 through 16, it's 1 through 32.
Yeah.
So then You go 5 races. And after every race, somebody's eliminated. It's a head-to-head race. If I finish 27th and you finish 28th, you're eliminated. I move on. And it goes through that way. Then the last race is at Indianapolis. And it is the winner. That'll determine the winner. The winner of that race gets $1 million. All
right.
So it's just a different bracket.
$1 million?
Yep.
I don't know. They should win more.
Nah. $1 million.
How many races are there in a year?
Regular season 26, total 36.
Okay. So
if you make the playoffs,
35 million for 26 races is what you're saying.
No, 36. Because the last 10 races, they're still racing. But the last 10 are the playoff races.
So So if you win $1 million, it's like $1 million per race. So you're basically racing for free.
Well, you win $1 million for winning the midseason tournament, and that's just the driver gets $1 million.
That's tight.
Yeah. So and you don't have to beat everybody. You just have to beat the guys you're matched with that week. So it's a bracket. It's a bracket. It's the number 1 seed versus the 32.
That makes more sense to me. Yeah.
Right. But they do that in the mid-season to kind of spice things up a little bit. And it worked.
They're changing that?
They're changing the way. I think they're going to do some tweaks to the way the seating is set. I haven't seen anything new come out on it yet, but I'm keeping my eyes open for it.
They're trying to make it more impossible to figure out, like the end of the season.
No, the end of the season. To be honest with you, if you sit down at the end of the season and watch the first playoff race, they sit there in the pre-race and start breaking it down for everybody again, and it's a lot harder. It's harder to understand with me explaining it on a podcast versus I don't have all the graphics that they have. They have all these different graphics that show, and then as the races are going on, they have the pylon on the side of the screen, the scoring pylon, and the drivers in the playoffs are like in green.
See,
and then the points are normally at the bottom as to who's wearing points, and then if somebody wins a race, then the next race that driver is going to be like in yellow, and all the rest of the drivers are in green because he's already advanced to the next round.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a lot
better
harder
when it's color coded.
It's a little harder to explain on this podcast. Like I said, I don't have access to all the graphics and stuff that they do. I probably do. I'm just too lazy to go do it, to be honest with you.
Man, we need a graphics department.
Yeah, I need to start the GoFundMe for that.
That's what we'll do.
We're going to start a GoFundMe for microphones, better laptops, ring lights, and a graphics team.
Holler at me when you get a microphone. I'll tell you what to get.
Yeah.
But then you got it's all the thing.
But it's, we're going to have to crank up the GoFundMe and hope people actually will GoFundMe.
No one's going to fund us.
You never know. I've seen some stuff out there.
You got to start crying.
Right.
Real quick. If you were Indiana and Ohio State, would you give a shit about the game tomorrow? That's what I'm wondering. Like,
Ohio State will because they want to stay undefeated. Indiana wants it because they've never won one.
Sure, but like they really don't matter.
Nah, you just want to. If you're Ohio State, you just want to stay healthy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I was just thinking about that.
See, this is what we're talking about.
We were talking about tournaments, and I'm like,
the
guys in the tournament.
This is why we mentioned earlier on this at the beginning. If you go back and watch the intro to this, the beginning of this, you'll see us talk about. We will get sidetracked on topics, and there we go.
Hey, man, I waited a long time to ask
that. Nobody else has dropped any questions on us. you've had a few good questions and stuff, and that helped keep it flowing a little bit. We're sitting a little bit over an hour.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because I don't know anything, so that's why it's probably good to have me on here because I'm stupid.
well, I mean, it's
Like
good. I mean, I
ignorance
like
of
to
it.
have people like and ask questions and stuff. And like I said, go back and watch the previous episodes. This is part 3. I labeled it. The first one was just NASCAR for beginners, kind of just an overview of the whole sport and stuff. So I didn't really label that as a part.
Am I
So
on
this is
those? Am I on
no,
those other ones? Oh
no,
well, I only like the ones that I'm on.
no.
I'm
Go watch
just-
them. Damn, help a
I'm gonna
brother
go
out.
and I'm gonna
If we
go like
look, because we need
inject me
subscribers,
into
and
it.
if we can get subscribers and people to watch, then maybe that will do the GoFundMe.
Okay, that's the move.
We got to get people to watch,
Well, I'm
and
getting
subscribe.
gold here. No,
Do what?
nothing.
What'd you say?
I said we're giving them gold right now. This is
Well,
an hour and 20 minutes. We getting them
trying to give them
almost.
content and stuff that they want, but we still got to
They
have
love it.
subscribers. I did finally hit the 20 subscriber mark. I was pretty happy. Yeah, I'm climbing the
We
ranks
are
pretty good.
out. That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. For
I mean, that's how it goes, you know.
yeah. I mean, I'm not some big dude on a national thing with a big following. I'm just some guy who's on a group with we talk sports and
Yeah.
beg people to subscribe. I like
Now
walk
you
through
got
the store and
20.
I'm like, "Do you get on YouTube? Yeah, can I see your phone? Thank you."
That's it. That's it. One at a time, man. That's the
Yeah,
way to do it. I'm gonna start creating accounts.
right. Start work
That's
every evening, just go in every day and just like and like and like and share. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not
man.
gonna be mad at you. So pretty much covered a bunch of the how the scoring and all that stuff works for everybody. I know this question was posted last time I did this, and I skipped over it because we got tied up talking about other stuff. But I know it's a question that's near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. Um,
Let me ask it. What
so
happens?
Adam has asked if he can ask this question, and I told him most definitely so. The question that everybody wants to know is,
What happens when they have to pee? Because it's what, 3 hours, 4 hours? How long's the race?
everybody's question. Yeah.
How long? How long's the
Well, some
race?
are 5 or 6 hours. Some are 4 or 5 hours. Um, everybody wants to know that. What the easy answer?
They pee their pants.
That's now. I will say that doesn't happen that often. There have been times. Yes. You just can't stop.
I would be hooked up to like a hose. Like,
No,
why not?
no, because here goes back to, do you have to have that hose go somewhere?
It could go to a bottle of Gatorade or something on the floor.
Yeah, but then you're
Just-
starting to
just-
cut into, now you're cutting into the safety of the fire suit and all the safety devices they wear. So yeah, no, that's not an option. But I mean, if you can patent something that would work with all the safety stuff,
that's what I'm starting to think
brother,
about
our
right now.
GoFundMe will be over. We will be millionaires in 5 seconds.
So
But
a hose that I got
y'all
it.
just realize that I'm on this with him. I brought him on here. So if he tries to do this without me and not
Dude.
give me, then I'm gonna
Dude,
sue.
sharks. We know there's 40 NASCAR drivers that have to pee.
Right.
So,
Right. So that's
I
your
don't think
easy
there's a
answer.
huge market.
You'd be surprised, dude. It's not just NASCAR drivers.
Yeah.
There's 40 in the Xfinity series. There's 40 in the truck series. They're all over the rest of the world racing.
There's me on the way home.
Right.
From
Right. Of course, some of the people in Columbus, I just rather go out on the road and hit their window.
Yeah.
But that's a different subject. But that's the easy answer is yes, they just go right there.
There's no contraption. All the scientific advancements we made in the world.
Let me be honest. These guys are
There's
trained
no NASCAR,
athletes.
NASA.
These dudes are trained athletes.
That doesn't mean anything.
They know how to limit that. they know how to limit their intake of fluids before the race.
But they need fluids.
Right. But
what about water? Do they drink water at the pit stop?
Yeah, well, sometimes, yeah, but you're also sweating it out too. You're also sweating like crazy too. It's 140
they got a
degrees in
Camelback
those
thing
cars.
in their helmet.
Now, a lot of times they have a hole in their mask and they have a water bottle and they just put the straw in. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why not a Camelback?
Sometimes they flip their visor up and put the straw down and take a drink because you can't. You've got a harness around your head, holding your head back against the seat.
Yeah.
You put a Camelback behind you that's going to push you like this.
Well, put it behind the seat.
No, there's no room, dude. Plus, that would add weight to the car, which makes the car
if
slower.
Everyone had it.
No, not everyone
water
would.
And pee jugs. Like
not everyone would.
Had. You gotta have it. That's part of it. You have to have water and pee.
So that's option 2 is monitor your intake.
First of all, I don't even know if we're gonna make. I barely make it through this podcast without having to pee. So this is incredible.
But you're also drinking.
I had one of these beers and they're gross.
But the third option is there are times when there's an extremely terrible accident and the race is like put under red flag where everything stops. And when that happens, the drivers can get out of their car and go to the bathroom.
What? But they can't do it in the stage part?
No. Well, I mean, you can, but by the time you get out of your car, go to the bathroom, get back in, the race is going to be going again, and you're going to be 3 laps down.
How long is the stage break?
3-4 laps going under caution. Based on the track.
Just the one car?
No. I mean, all the cars come in, get their tires and fuel, then they go back out and get behind the pit.
They don't just chill. Okay.
No, and then they come back around. They come back around like 2 or 3 times, and then they they line up, and then they race again. So if you're in the bathroom, you're done. But yes,
could you have like the Ricky Bobby thing where one guy gets out and the other guy drives around, and then he comes back, and then he goes to the bathroom. The guy drives a lap, and then he gets back in the car.
No. You can't change drivers that fast.
Yeah, I don't know about my NASCAR career because
the seats are custom built for the driver.
Yeah, but you're only doing the pace lap. Like,
doesn't matter. You still have to get in the car as the backup driver. Then you have to get all your seat belts on, get your Hans device, your head and neck restraint connected.
You're not gonna get in a wreck though. You're not putting all that shit on. Like,
yeah, you do. You can't touch the track without it. So you got to put it all on. Then you go then you got to come back and take it all off and get out and hit him get in. Yeah, no. You're not going to make a NASCAR career. I can already tell.
Well, yeah. I mean, I already have to pee.
I can make it from here to St. Louis without having to pee.
Bullshit.
That's my wife.
Why?
The only reason we stopped to go to the bathroom
6 hours?
Yep.
I don't know if that's good.
I don't know. It's probably not good, but I don't care. I'm trying to get somewhere, man. I got to go.
Yeah. I think I stopped like 3 or 4 times on the way to.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I was supposed to drive by myself, and I'm not you, and I can't drive like that.
Yeah. So just some more insight. Trying to figure out, I don't know what I'll figure out some topics to bring up next time I do it. Probably don't know if I'll do one until maybe January. I may pump the brakes for a little bit because Christmas is coming up and stuff. So I may pump the brakes on and give me some more time. That'll kind of let this lawsuit maybe get a little further I can talk about. And then after the first of the year, I'm probably going to throw a podcast down, and that one's going to be strictly based probably about the NASCAR app and how to earn all your free stuff.
Ooh.
That's, like I told you.
That's sponsored by the NASCAR app.
Well, the free tickets we get and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Go through how to set all that up, how to get all that going. I'm not going to a race next year because we're going to be got some other plans.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be going to a race next year. So I took all my points the other day, and they have sweepstakes going on. So I put I put 6,000 points into the full collection of the NASCAR diecast from last year, and I put the other 6,000 in a drawing to go to the race in San Diego there at the naval base.
Yeah,
because they pay for all your hotel, airfare, and everything.
Coronado. I used to live in San Diego. Coronado's tight, man.
Yeah, so we're going to. I just put all my points into that. Sometimes you get free gas for a year if you put your points in and win the sweepstakes. There's all kinds of stuff. So, I'll break into that more probably after the first of the year because the app, you have to use your points by December 31st.
Oh, so you got to cash them out.
Right. And then next year they start up, and it's normally middle of January. So I figure if I can throw a pod down sometime at the beginning of January before the app restarts for the next year, that'll give everybody, ready. And then once it does, then I can jump on with another quick post about just, it's live now. So we'll see how it goes. That may be something that if you actually got the app, we actually get together and try to figure out how to share a screen.
Okay.
While you're setting up yours,
Yeah, for sure.
So
I'll get the app.
Well, yeah, just hold up and do a share screen, and then people can see stuff, ways to click, what boxes to check to get all
Yeah.
And you can even use make up a new email so it's not so it's not on the screen and people don't see your real email.
Yeah. I mean, you just record video. That's what I mean.
That's true. So we'll figure all that out, but I think I'm gonna go sit down and watch some football.
Who's tonight?
Well, at
I was about to
7,
go watch SmackDown.
no, at 7 was Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State, but at 8 was North Texas and Tulane.
You're in the thick of it, man.
I'm gonna go watch North Texas, man.
Tulane and North Texas, huh?
Yeah. And then
Tulane's in the playoffs, right? Or they should be in the playoffs.
That's
right?
the playoff game right there. Winner of that game is going to get a playoff spot.
Oh man!
And I'm
they'll
watching.
Have to play.
And I got some high school football going on down in Texas tonight too. So
they're going to have to play the winner of Georgia. And...
No, they're probably going to get. Old. They're probably Well, right now it'd be Oregon.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Good. Well, Oregon kind of got screwed by getting us, so I guess that's
Look,
for last year.
As long as that team that wears burnt orange doesn't make it, I'm happy.
You think
Actually, I'm not. I lied about that. I told people, put Texas in.
I don't know how you don't.
Put them in. Give us the 6 seed, or give us the 7, put Texas in at 10, and bring them to Kyle Field, and let's run it back.
I don't know. I mean, they got a mess to figure out there, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody, keep your note. You can subscribe, click the little bell for notifications. You'll know when I go live. We're going to be on Sunday. I promise you. Whether the whole group gets on to do it or not, I'm gonna definitely be on for a reaction show to the selection committee.
Yeah,
because we'll have all the brackets and everything.
That's going to be interesting.
So definitely keep track. It was good jumping on with you. And like I said, it had some good questions. Helped make the show flow a little bit smoother. And
yeah, it was fun.
Hold on a second. Robert, who actually texted me the same question you just asked last week, he said they wear Pampers.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, they ought to call NASA and get them diapers that one girl wore when she drove to Florida.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I would definitely wear something.
You talk about chafing. And then he said, I've learned more. I know more about NASCAR in these 3 parts than I knew my all 56 years.
Yeah, for real. I still don't understand the playoffs, but
well, like I said, you know me. We'll get together. I mean, it's not something that's easy to understand on a podcast because, like I said, we do need graphics and stuff, but we need to. That's why I do this, because it's a sport I really love. And I know it's not a mainstream, so to speak, sport, but I mean, if it brings people that don't know about it and it creates something, it's a great family atmosphere. I'm telling y'all, can't understand how family friendly it is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And that's one thing I love about it. So if I can turn, 2 to 3 people onto it by these videos, then it was worth it to me because it just makes a sport I love even better.
It is.
So
it is.
We will have some soccer talk coming at some point.
Yeah.
For sure. I saw that the Columbus Crews coach just got taken by somebody.
Yeah, Celtic.
Yeah, that's it. Was Celtic.
I mean, he was
what?
gonna
The
go.
Boston Celtics took a soccer coach?
Yeah, they're that shitty.
So, yeah, no, it was cool jumping on with you. And then, like I said, the questions were good. We're gonna do it randomly. We'll see where we go from here. And then
yeah.
The
we'll Everything podcast. Look out for that.
Yeah, for sure. Keep your eye out for the a little bit of everything sports.
That's where I'm not shy.
Yeah, that's just gonna be that podcast is gonna be 2 dudes just talking about whatever.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like, all right, we gotta stop.
Yeah, we won't go over 2 hours because if you go over 2 hours, you got to start editing stuff, and I'm not that involved, so we'll never go over 2 hours. But
this is we won't go over. This is
we'll get into some good stuff. We got some stuff Adam and I can talk about, and then just kind of go through it. Other than
wait
that,
till we start talking wrestling, dude. That's when it's getting real.
Well, that's when I'm just gonna sit back and be like, I have no idea.
I'm gonna do the wrestling for beginners. I don't know.
There you go. Wrestling for beginners.
It's gonna be 3 minutes long. Like, what is not? How do you not get it? It's
right. Yeah.
There's a good guy and a bad guy. Root for the good guy.
Yeah. And there's a good guy, a bad guy, and they have a script they've practiced all week.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get in and they act it out.
Yeah, John Cena was on Rogan today. It was a good interview.
So I like to do this on our other podcast with the other group of guys when we used to go on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is my degenerate gambling update for the night.
Okay.
James Madison is beating Troy 17-14. Kennesaw State is up 7-0 on Jacksonville State at halftime. North Texas is up 7-0 on Tulane. Tulane does have it 4th and goal on the North Texas 2. And Boise State is up 7-0 over UNLV.
I picked Jade Cargill to win her match tonight. I don't even know if she's wrestling, but if she's on there, pick Jade.
Okay. I'll go see if that's on the BetMGM Sportsbook. I don't.
It might be. I don't know.
I'm gonna bet it's not. Hey,
if
and
the
Dallas Stars are up
Jade Cargill.
And my Dallas Stars are up 1-0.
There it is.
Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. We're just 2 dudes talking. We're just doing a little NASCAR chat tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for us. We'll be popping off and on here and there. Like I said, Christmas will probably take a little slower downtime, but probably starting the first of the year, you're going to see probably me and Adam popping off pretty regularly with some stuff.
Absolutely.
Especially as we get closer to the World Cup and stuff. So other than that, man, y'all go have a good night. Go hang out with Whitney. Tell her we said hi, and we'll catch up All right.
Till next time.
Peace.
That was fun.
Yep.
Kind of fun.